Hello everybody and welcome to the Jumputi Heroes 3rd anniversary Dreamfest. It's finally live. I'm a little bit behind on, well, everything, especially the character translations and stuff, but this news post took so long and unfortunately I didn't have the luxury of getting the day off work that I wanted, so it was very busy Friday, it was very busy Saturday, but here we are. It's Sunday, the anniversary's here, and the news post is ready, and I'm here to go through it with you all. So, a lot of stuff here. First thing you might notice, actually, they've changed the aspect ratio of all these images so that they are more shareable on social media, which I think is pretty cool. They all look a lot better on Twitter now. If you don't know, Twitter does this weird like cropping thing. It wants everything to be a certain size, a certain shape, and if it's not, it'll just crop it like in a really weird way, which doesn't make it particularly good for showing off on the news feed. So hey, that's the first cool little change. And if you want to read a bit more in detail any of this, I'll obviously link in the description. So first things first, 3rd anniversary login bonus. No rubies here, which I think some people were quite surprised by. We are getting a shitload of rubies from other places. This is one of the most generous events we've had. So the first login, you will get Brooke. I don't think we actually know how to get additional copies of Brooke just yet. But you get your first copy of Brooke the first day you log in. And then every other day, you'll be getting these dream catchers. And this isn't the only place you can get the dream catchers. You can also get them from these special missions. And they will let you summon on this gacha. And I'll actually show you in-game a few summons on this banner. We'll do like some summons on this. And maybe at the end of the video, we'll do some summons on your boy Vegeta. You know, we'll do this first. We'll do our first 10. I'll save some of them for the stream, of course, which I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to stream at some point. So this banner does include limiteds, if you can get a 5-star, which I cannot, apparently. Yeah, that's about right. So if you can get lucky and you can get a 5-star on that banner, there's a chance you can get some limiteds. There's some pretty good ones in there. Surprisingly, I would say, they've got a few characters in here. Good ones, don't get me wrong, good ones. Slightly older ones, some of them. But there's actually a limited choice ticket they've given us that lets you choose a limited, and it has a load of like 2020 limiteds in it. So you're guaranteed to get at least one good limited as long as you make a good choice on that banner. And if you're lucky, you can get these in addition, so that's cool. The missions are pretty straightforward. We've been getting a lot of these missions recently. But same sort of stuff. Get all the characters to max skill, max luck. Very weird, this event. Similar to the Promised Neverland event. A lot of focus towards Transcendent class. Easier events. And then making a separate Catastrophe stage to give those characters an aura costume. Which is not bad. Except, I think a lot of people would agree the quality of the event unit skill sets for this event is quite bad. Most of them you probably wouldn't want to use, which is a shame. And we'll go into more detail about that when I have a chance to do the batch review. But, you know, these missions are fairly easy. And, you know, it's just part of how you do things, getting all these characters to max luck, max skill. So, just make sure you evolve more and get into max luck. And Majin Buu's the only one you don't have to get to max luck out of this set. There are a couple of other farmable characters from this event. But their missions either we don't have all the information on, like in terms of Brooke, or it's a case of the event ending earlier. So I think the event that gives us Shion ends earlier. All of these events here end on the 7th of May. Which is the end of the anniversary. So you have the entire event to make sure you get all of those done. The missions end 7th of May. So got plenty of time. You got plenty of time. Don't rush. You got plenty of time. And I would highly recommend using co-op at the moment, because we are getting a co-op reset, which I'll show down below. So if you haven't already done your co-op missions to get the additional rubies, this would be a good time to do that. Max out all these Transcendent class events, and even if you're low on stuff like gold or whatever, good time to do it. We have the special daily missions for the first set and second set in the anniversary. I will point out, this is not part 1 and part 2 of the anniversary, but there will most likely be a part 2 to this anniversary. You can see where this ends here, the 21st. We're anticipating that we're going to get a data download, maybe, let me check the calendar. We're anticipating a data download prior to the 15th of April, which is a Thursday, I believe. So maybe the Wednesday, Thursday of that week, we're expecting a data download. Because we still don't have all the files for some of the events further down. And then we are anticipating the next event will start on, well, the second part of this event, the anniversary, will start on the 21st of April. And that will run through until the first week of April, which is 7th of April. Sorry, 7th of May. And then 7th of May, that's when the next event will start. So we've got another solid, like, 2-week event after the end of what's here, and even what's here is quite substantial. You're going to be getting 50 extra stamina a day, which is, I think we get 100 extra stamina a day normally, so that's 150 extra stamina from missions each day. And then in the second little section of part 1, an extra 50 stamina and an extra 50 rubies. You do have to clear more stages, but 10 a day is not that hard, so that'll be fine. Here's the daily stage. Again, this is going to be daily stage part 1. I think there's going to be a part 2 because this ends... Well, this one's actually pretty bait about it, because 0514 is 7 days after the whole event is supposed to end. And typically speaking, these exchange periods are 1 week after the event ends. So that means that for 2 weeks after the 21st, there will, of course, be another stage that drops these medals, and then once that ends on the 7th, you have another 7 days to trade those in. So just make sure you clear this every day, get your medals and get a bunch of goodies. There's some tickets in there, good stuff. The first farmable, the first Transcendent class event, Hidatora Tojo from Beelzebub. As we've said before, the Transcendent class event is probably where you should start with every new major feature festival and or celebration, because they're pretty straightforward, though there are a lot of them in this event. But this is the first one. This is the first one that comes out on day 1 of the event, so make sure you do that. And then we have the first Catastrophe, which is our new Majin Buu, the Buuhan version. I find it quite interesting looking at how they're breaking up the Majin Buu saga, because a lot of the like different fights and different forms of characters last like 1, maybe 2 chapters. So the fact that that's getting made into like new forms and stuff is quite funny. And yeah, we've got Buuhan has a really nice looking aura costume. I haven't seen it in game yet, but just the image looks very, very nice. And you've got a long time to try and beat him. So up until the start of May, just go at it, because you can farm the lower stages, obviously. Most people, I think, should be able to do that. In the space of this month, should be able to get to the point where they can farm that stage. But then the Catastrophe stage is quite tricky. So hopefully you'll be able to work on trying to beat that. You could always pull for the limited and get yourself a leg up, but not everyone's going to do that, because the limited isn't a limited this time. It's a Muso, and that's not cheap. We have a legendary quest, which is the Kibutsuji Muzan event. This is the second time this Muzan has showed up and not been available as a playable character. I do wonder what the hell he's going to be. Like, if he's going to be just another event unit, is he going to be a limited? Is he going to be a standard gacha? Like, they love Kimetsu no Yaiba. I mean, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you when you consider how popular it is? if you're a developer, it just makes sense to release more Kimetsu no Yaiba content. And somehow we've managed to squeeze some more Kimetsu no Yaiba content into this anniversary. Don't really know how. Everything is supposed to have the loose theme of dreams. Some of them I can kind of see, or they've specifically had like a thing they've said that's like related to dreams. Incidentally, I believe the relation to dreams here is because Dance of the Fire God, there's like a dream sequence where Tanjiro sees the Dance of the Fire God in his memories. Some of these other ones, like fuck, does Majin Buu have to do? What does Majin Buu have to do with dreams? I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm sure if you look hard enough, most of the characters you can find some relation. The only problem I have with that is you kind of do that with any Shonen Jump characters, because depending on how you look at the word dreams, whether it's like dreams as in ambitions or dreams as in literally having a dream while asleep, I don't really know. Like, how many Shonen Jump characters could you relate to that? Quite a lot. I think it was just an excuse to release a bunch of hype characters, which I'm not complaining about. So the new Legend Summon Dance of the Fire God, make sure to get your hands on that. Weirdly, launches at midnight on April Fool's Day. Don't know why. I don't think we're getting an April Fool's Day event this year, but that is a bit peculiar. And the limited banner that counters this also launches at that time. So don't know if there's going to be some kind of announcement or something, but that's coming in a few days, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. Now this event is very, very, very important. This is one of the ones that's always a little bit difficult to explain, but it's a very simple concept. And if you just read through the news post or you listen to what I have to say here, you will understand it. It's not too bad, but just you don't want to miss out on parts of it. That's the important part here. So this event has multiple stages. It has 5 stages, and 4 of those stages will drop one of these stamps each. The 5th stage is the special class. You can only challenge that once a day, and it will drop some of all of the stamps. So you have one stage drops 1 each, and then one stage that drops all of them. Now, these stamps can be traded in at the event exchange, and you can get rewards including Shion from Saint Seiya, tickets and rubies and other good stuff. But you also need to collect enough of each of them within a certain time period to clear a mission. And when you clear that mission, you'll unlock these certificates here, which I'll show you a bit further down. But as you can see, that's a breakdown of how all the stages work. So in the park area stage, which is the first one, you'll get the green stamps. The stage area, you get the blue stamps. Event grounds red, so on and so forth. And VIP, which is the special class event, you can get all of the stamps, but you can only clear it once a day, which is the same as a lot of the other like points and gathering events that we've had in previous feature festivals and celebrations. So you can get Shion from Saint Seiya from the event store. I assume it'll be relatively straightforward to get him to 99 luck. I know a lot of Saint Seiya fans were hoping potentially Shion could be as good on the JP version as he is on the Taiwan version. Sadly, that is just not the case. Mainly because he is tied to a far easier event on Japan than he is on Taiwan. But as you can see here, each part of the event, each stage of the event has a certain date it opens at. So you can get technically all of the stamps, like the red, the blue, the green, and the yellow, from the VIP area from the 2nd of April. So from right at the start of the event. However, you won't be able to collect enough of them to clear the missions anyway, just from that stage. So you'll need to farm them from these stages here when they become available. So you'll farm the green one straight away, and then from the 8th you'll farm the, I believe it's the blue one next, and then the red, and then the yellow. So make sure you do this. There are boosted characters, so make sure to bring boosted characters along to increase the drop rate. And you gotta collect quite a lot of some of them. The green ones, you need 13,000 stamps, and you have to do that prior to the 8th of April. So between the 2nd and the 8th of April, you need to collect 13,000 green stamps, and make sure you do that, because each of these missions is tied to one of these certificates. So when you clear this one, 13,000 green stamps, you'll get the green certificate. And then this one, the blue certificate, so on and so forth. And these certificates are your entries into the Mountain of 150 million Rubies campaign. So there's 150 million rubies, and that will be split up between everybody who clears all these missions. So every single player that gets all of these certificates will be entitled to their share of the 150 million rubies. Depending on how many people clear, that will change how many rubies each individual that wins gets it. Because obviously, if like 3 people, if 3 people were the only people that got all the certificates, they'd each get 50 million rubies, which is a lot. But it's probably a lot more likely that it's going to be a very high number of people clearing all these events. And so the number will probably be closer to like maybe 1,000 rubies each, maybe a little bit more. So just make sure you get what you're entitled to. Make sure you get all these certificates and get what you are entitled to. So follow all those missions. Make sure to check the dates. If you forget, it would be quite bad. So don't forget. Make sure you clear them all and get all your certificates. Next up, we have another Transcendent class event. This is Licked. Again, as I mentioned before about series choosing characters for very specific moments, like we already have Licked and we already have Patry. So it was a bit bizarre to me that we got Licked again, but from when he first shows up. But it's also a Transcendent class event, and we've already got a Patry that's a Catastrophe class event, but then this stage also has a Catastrophe class event. But they've realistically only done this because they've released Julius for this event, so it's like, well, he's got to counter somebody, might as well counter Licked because that's who he fought. You can get him. Standard Transcendent class event, except it has an additional Catastrophe class stage, the same way Luvis did in the Promised Neverland. All you stand to benefit from clearing this stage is getting this costume. It's a lovely costume, but there's no other benefit, so if you can beat it, then cool. If you can't beat it, oh well. I don't think he's particularly good, so I don't suppose it matters that much. I suppose it matters if you get the costume or not, but if you want to, give yourself a challenge. Go right ahead. And then another Transcendent class event. This one's a little bit of a shame, really, because I think this is the second or the third. No, the third, I think, costume that hasn't made the jump from Taiwan to JP. The Vegeta already exists on Taiwan, but he's a Catastrophe class stage, and he has this like smoky black aura around him. But he doesn't have a Catastrophe like add-on stage the same way Lick does on here. He's just straight up Transcendent, and so doesn't get an aura costume. He doesn't have one, and we have had this happen before, or like something similar happen before. There were special costumes for Carrot on the Taiwan version that never made the jump over to JP, and there was also a costume for Shura from Saint Seiya that didn't quite make the jump. And I suppose, actually, now that I think about it, I think Shion must have had an aura costume on Taiwan that has now not made the jump to JP. So, bit of a shame. Don't know why they can't just include those aura costumes in the Pearl store. Because, I mean, you've already made them. so why not? I don't get it. Yeah, Obito. Transcendent, so probably quite easy. Part of why some of these units have been downgraded, or not downgraded, but like they're not a more difficult stage, In the case of Obito, it's because he was countered by a limited on Taiwan. He is countered by a standard gacha unit on Japan. The only reason why Licht has this stage is because he's countered by a limited. But that's a little bit weird for me as well, because it's like the limited counters the transcendent class event, and then if you want to beat this is here as well. And then I'm trying to think. Shion was originally counted by Doko who was a limited on Taiwan, and Shion was a Genkai battle. So there's been some downgrades. I suppose. There's been some definite changes. I don't know. It's easy to farm. Is that better? Is that worse? It's something. It's certainly something. We have bonus Unity Battle Majin Buu. If you don't know what a bonus Unity Battle is, it's essentially not that different from a normal Unity Battle, except they tend to be far easier. It'll be much easier for you to aim for the 10 million mark, and you'll want to do that because the rewards are normally much better. Specifically, the jewels have been upgraded from shards to actual jewels. I think you get some more rubies as well. So you'll want to go for 10 million on this. And this is one of the events. This starts on the 15th. This is not currently in the files. So who knows if when this data download comes along to give us this event and the event below, maybe we'll find out more about the second part of the anniversary. I'm quite excited to find out what we're gonna get, and we'll talk a bit more about that later actually. This next event is another legendary quest. This is similar to in the second anniversary. We had one that gave us the 4 legendary heroes, which was Goku, Luffy, Ichigo, Naruto as like a single legend summon. And this one seems to be referencing this like Shonen Jump campaign they did for New Year 2014. And it was an advert they took out in I think it was in another magazine, probably another magazine owned by Shueisha, I guess. And it was like, you know, all your heroes loudly proclaim their dreams. You should do so too. Shonen Jump supporting the dreams of the people since whatever year. And that was the idea of the advert, and I had a picture of loads of characters like proclaiming their dreams, stuff like Luffy saying he wants to be the Pirate King and whatever. And that's what this Legend Summon appears to be. It's a selection of characters doing just that. Yeah, not a lot to say there. I mean, I haven't got a good look at it yet because it's not in the data download yet. But I think this one was like not a proper legendary quest. I think it was more of a story event when we had the 4 heroes one. So it was quite easy. So I think this will probably be quite easy. I think the Muzan one might be a little bit tricky because it's actually countered by a limited. But I don't think this is countered by anything. So shouldn't be too bad. Hero Island Boost campaign. This is something that's easy to miss because there's a lot of shit going on during this anniversary, but it's actually kind of important. It ties into this event down here. So they are giving us half stamina. So all stages will cost half stamina, and all stages will have ×2 drop rate during this period below, which is the entire anniversary. And on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays during the anniversary, you will get double rank EXP to help you level up, which again ties into another event further down. So people are actually going to be farming story mode during this, which is a bit weird. I kind of wish there was more stuff worth farming in story mode. But for the time being, they have added something for you to farm in story mode, and that is dream fragments. So you can earn luxury rewards by collecting the dream fragments from farming story mode. And that starts on the 9th of April until the end of the anniversary. And you're probably gonna have to do this quite a lot because the idea is they want us to rank up because there's new rank up rewards. So they want us to farm story mode, which gives quite good like EXP compared to some of the normal stages. And so that's why they're sending us to go farm with the ×2 drop rate, with whatever, and to earn these dream fragments. It's different. It's certainly different. I don't know how I feel about going and farming story mode. I kind of wish it was a bit more like OPTC story mode, where there was like certain stages that drop certain characters, and maybe it was like they dropped at like 1 luck, and like if you wanted to get them all the way up to max luck, you'd have to farm it like crazy. And maybe it was like random chance if they dropped as well. And I would also like to see like the difficulty slowly increase. It doesn't need to be like the hardest stage in the game, not by any means, but just to see it slowly get a little bit harder to come in line with the fact that we're getting some OP as fuck characters nowadays. That'd be kind of nice. That'd be kind of nice. All of the battle rushes are returning, all at the same time, and keep an eye on this because it's not actually as long a period as some of the other events that are coming back, so you don't want to miss these, because you get, from each one, you'll get 3 jewels, you'll get a bunch of rubies, and you'll get an additional copy of the characters, which I think at this point, if not for all of these characters, for at least a couple of them, we will have the max skill for the first time if you've been playing since the start. Just kind of cool. It's kind of cool. They're not that good, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, just clear it. It's not that hard. I guess some beginners it might be a little bit tricky, but with the new characters we have nowadays, it should be easier than when me and other people who did it the first time around had our chance to do it. So, good luck, I guess. Good luck, but make sure you clear these if you can. At least get the jewels, because you don't even have to go that high to get them all. 25 stages, I think you got to do like less than 20. Should be fine. Should be fine. And so these are the rank up rewards, and you can get a fuckload of rubies from this. I logged in and got like, well, with the stuff in my box and with the mission rewards, it took me up to like 7,000 rubies from about 4,000, 5,000. So quite nice, quite nice. Just make sure you do what you can here, because I don't like, if you're a new player, I don't think it's realistic to try and reach rank 450. Even for me, who's like rank 300 and something, I'm not really thinking I can get to 450. Maybe with all these bonus campaigns on, I don't know. But just see how far you can go. Get yourself some rubies. That's all you can really do, if you ask me. The new Hero Islands, for the first time in, I don't even know, like, it was the first year. It was during the first year we got our last new Hero Island. But that was ages ago. That was ages ago. But we have 3 new islands, which will give us some rubies. Well, that's about it, just some rubies. But normally when they release new Hero Islands, well, I say normally, like I said, it's been a while. But it could be a sign that they're going to add some books to farm from this. Like maybe they'll add a new legend summon at some point, and you can farm the books from the stages of story mode. I'm hoping they do that. But so far, no news on that. There's 2 comeback campaigns here. One of them is the standard one we're used to, where if you send stamina through line to somebody and they haven't played in over 8 days, and they come back, both of you get a multi-ticket, which is cool. But there's also a bunch of stuff for the comeback campaign where, like, players who are returning after a while are going to get, like, extra rubies and extra goodies just for playing the game again. So if you haven't played in a while, maybe come back. Maybe come back and get some goodies. Just a suggestion. New stage each day. The limit breaking daily stage. You just clear it once a day and you get 1 door. Not a lot. There's not a lot, but I suppose you get one every day, so it's like 365 over the course of a year. It's not bad, I guess, if you consider the other ones you're going to be getting for free from events. Bit of a weird addition, but it's fine. And then we have the type attack. This is a special website campaign where you have to type out a character's name. It will appear, the character will appear on the screen, their name will appear on the screen in standard format of their name. But then underneath, it will come up in hiragana, and they're asking you to type it out within a time limit. It should be pointed out. Two things should be pointed out. One, I don't expect anybody who's watching this to do that, because you can just come to the website here and you can just click on these links and get the rewards. Just click on the link on the device you play the game on. You can just get the rewards. You don't need to play the game. But two, the developers don't really expect anybody to play the game properly, because you can get the rewards from just losing. You can literally just click on the game and then press nothing, and then when you run out of time and it says you lose, you just click the button to tweet and you just get the ticket. You just get the ticket anyway. This ticket also is just from clicking a button on the website. So you don't really have to play the game, but you can play the game for a bit of fun. I tried playing it with my limited knowledge of hiragana. I know it, but I don't like finding it on a Japanese keyboard was quite tricky. And yeah, I got to 3, which is respectable, I think. Although I did it with some of the easier ones. I got like Nami, who's got like 2 characters in her name, and then whenever like Ryotsu came up and it had his whole name, Ryotsu Kankichi, I was like, no. We'll leave that one. But yeah, you don't have to play it. You can just come here and click the links. I've had a few people ask me which character they should pick from this, and there are some really good units here. Still, a lot of people will say go for Sagittarius Clothsayer, but I would argue that while he is a very good unit, very good unit, even to this day, he's been made available for choice and stuff quite a few times, and he will be appearing in certain. He'll like be on the Muso banner and whatever. Like, I would argue the 2020 characters, let's see who's a good one. Kagura came out like middle of last year. So the fact that she's being made available for free, not even random chance, you could choose her, that's incredible. That's incredible. So I would highly recommend selecting one of the 2020 units rather than selecting like you could make an argument like Whitebeard's still a pretty good limited, but why would you choose him when you've got Kagura there? Just pick based on what you need for your account rather than worrying, is this a good pick? Like, if you've got like a shitload of like amazing blue units, you might just think, you know what, I don't really need a blue one, but I don't have any good yellow units. Maybe I'll go for Bardock, you know? Like, just think about it that way. Plus, if there's a specific stage that you want to beat, like maybe you can bring along a certain character. Like if you're having trouble with All for One, for All Might, I wouldn't necessarily recommend going for All Might, but you could do. If you want one that's good for PvP, maybe you go for Endeavor. It's up to you. Just don't pick Gon, guys. Just don't pick Gon, and don't pick Yusuke. For me, those would be 2 of the biggest wasted picks. As long as you don't pick those 2, I don't think you've done too bad. But my high recommendation is go for 2020 units. Those are the best ones. And I think Kagura is probably the best of the batch. If you're wondering who I'm going to pick, I am going to go for probably Mihawk. I'm a bit torn between Mihawk and Endeavor. But I have a few of the units in here who I would normally recommend, like Kagura. So we'll see. It'll probably be one of those I go for. And you also get this ticket, which is a 5-star multi-ticket. Whole multi of 5 stars. So 10 5-star units. But all of the 5 stars will be from 2018. Still, like, it's good. It's really good for new players. And even for veteran players, like it could be good skill levels on some of these older units. Like some of them are still genuinely very useful. So it's a nice little present. Considering you don't have to do like anything for it. You just click a button. It's fine. Super Dimensional Battle, which launches tonight, right? Launches tonight. It might even be out by the time this video is out. Who knows? This game mode, from what we've seen of it, is a bit weird. I originally said it's like Dokkan Battlefield, but in practice, Not really. Not really. So you choose one character. I think you choose them. It might choose your strongest character automatically. But I think you choose one character. And they have to face off against one boss. One big boss who's got multiple health bars and like he's big boss. And your one character will be supported by 50 of your strongest characters from your box. And based on which characters you choose, you'll get certain buffs to your stats and to your abilities. And then you'll use your character to beat the big bad boss. And you will get a number of rewards based on how well you rank. So, because I haven't tested this yet, I don't know necessarily all of the ins and outs on this. But it's not quite what I thought it was when it was initially announced. And I think some people are a little bit disappointed. It doesn't appear to add any new characters. But I will point out when Unity Battle came out, it didn't add any new characters. It was only later they added characters to it. So there's every chance that they could add another character that's down the line. But we're starting with Frieza as the boss, who obviously we already have. And I'll be interested to give it a go. I mean, you only play once a day, which is kind of weird to me. I guess it's one of those things where you get better as you go along. We shall see. We shall see. Now we're getting on to the juicy stuff. The Muso Gacha. This is live right now. And this is Super Vegeta. Ultimate Invincible Warrior Super Vegeta. Our second ever Muso character. I would say based on his skill set, to me, he's at least slightly more interesting than Hashirama. He does some interesting things. We'll talk about the interesting things in just a moment. But if you're wondering if he's worth pulling for, I'll say the same thing for him that I said for Hashirama. Super cool unit. He's on a super cool like banner with loads of other limited characters. I mean, just look at this. Look at all these other limiteds on there. You know, this is one of these banners where it's high risk, high reward. If you're willing to put up 24k rubies for him, go for it. Because you could get some absolute banging characters along the way. And maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get him early. Who knows? But if you ask me, is he worth 24,000 rubies? The flat out answer is fuck no. He is not worth that many rubies. But people will still pull for him for either for the reason of it's Vegeta, like obviously, or for the fact that his skills are good. Or for the fact that you can get other characters along the way. I know a lot of people that are going to go just one multi or just whatever, or maybe a couple of multis based on how many free rubies we get. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one multi for the people. So I'm going to do that now. Fuck it, I'll do it now. One multi for the people. I should probably change screen so you can see it. There we go. Let's do one multi. Well, we'll do the single first. Always do the single first. And then we'll do a multi for the people. Okay, that went about as well as expected. Let's go for the first multi. First multi is a guaranteed 5-star. And then the second multi is normal. Then the third multi is free. And then the fourth multi is normal. And then back to step 1. And you got to do that 32 times. Oh, it's a 5-star. Can we get multiple? Oh, we actually did. Nice. Ah, Brocken Jr. That's not a bad dupe, to be fair. That's not a bad dupe. Oh, Sabo! Sabo, that's new! That's new. He's okay. You know, you can't turn your nose up at a free limited, I suppose. Not really what I expected to get, nor... just not a character I think about that much. I really do like Sabo, but just he came out at a weird time in the game. So, not Sabo. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, go for it on this banner. I would say, look, I think everybody should do one multi on this banner, but that's it. If you want to go further, that's down to you. But I would say the first multi is a guaranteed 5-star. You've got a chance at limiteds. You've got a chance at a Muso character. Go for it. Just fucking go for it. It's 1,000 rupees. What's the worst that could happen? One thing to note here, still no Hashirama. So he hasn't returned since his banner first came around. Maybe he'll be on the next one, I don't know. Well, I don't really care about him that much, so I'm not that bothered. But this banner is much better than Hashirama's because it's got a load of other limiteds on it. Newer ones. Characters like Dio in here, you know, characters like the Jaw units in here. And they're good, man. Oh, it's also got Tanjiro and Rengoku. Oh, incredible, incredible. Yeah, let's talk about his new abilities first. He has a new ability called Putty Shot, and at the very end of the turn, he will absorb up to 10 red bubbles and inflict 4,000 fixed damage per red bubble. This is actually a very cool ability. Not only does it clear a bunch of bubbles off the board that potentially you don't want, it also will do damage based on that. So it's like a weird, different approach to board control, bubble control, and also it happens right at the end of the turn. So it's not even at the end of this unit's turn, which is when we normally get additional bubble control, like Tanjiro converts it at the start of his turn, or some characters convert it after their turn. But no, he all your units will use their specials and stuff, and then the turn will end, and then he'll do it. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. I'd like to see it in practice, but I'm not willing to summon for him, so I'll just wait for other people to see how effectively they can use it. But another thing he's got here, which I guess I didn't realize is just not a thing. But I guess it's not a thing. I don't know. I feel like other characters have done this with like legend summons or whatever. But maybe not for weakening. I'm not sure. I think for weakening as well though. I don't know. But anyway, Vegeta's buddy skill can make you essentially immune to weakening for one turn. Your buddy. So I guess the idea of this would be to use it in PvP because it's only for this unit's buddy. But the weakening prevention's kind of dope because it means that like it doesn't matter how many turns of weakening. It doesn't matter like what the strength of the weakening is. Just won't affect this unit. Just won't affect it. So this is on his buddy skill, so it'd be like if you put him as a support on somebody and use this, prevents the weakening, which is cool. It also removes like 2 turns of weakening before it prevents it, so I guess if you were up against somebody who was going to weaken you, if they'd already weakened you and they're about to weaken you again, you could use this, get rid of the weakening, put a new prevention on. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Again, as cool as his skills are, is he worth 24,000 rubies? Fuck no. Fuck no. But definitely do the first multi, guys. Definitely do the first multi. The limited gacha, Tanjiro and Nezuko. Now, this was a bit of a bittersweet moment for me when this got announced because I was at work and I couldn't really watch the stream, so I could only see like updates on Twitter and stuff like that, just quickly glance at them while I was doing stuff. And I quickly glance and I see that Vegeta has been announced, but obviously we already knew about Vegeta, so that's fine. And I didn't really know what to expect in terms of limited. I thought there was probably going to be 2. I knew there would at least be 1, but I didn't know who they were going to be. And so I see Vegeta, oh cool, whatever. I put my phone back in my pocket. And then a little bit later, I pull my phone out, and I look again, and I see that Tanjiro and Nezuko have been announced, and it was just like, I can't really be like going crazy or anything in the middle of the shop, but when I was at home and I'm getting an announcement like this, I'd be going fucking batshit crazy because this is a unit I have been wanting for quite some time. Ever since the concept of dual units, which was back at the last anniversary, they even teased like some possible combinations of dual characters, and Tanjiro and Nezuko was one of them. I was so excited for that idea. It's such a cool concept. I love Kimetsu no Yaiba, and the brother and sister pairing, these two are just great. So when I saw they were coming out, I had this moment of excitement, and then I had this feeling of, oh god, I've got no rubies. No, I've got no rubies. Of course, the anniversary is going to get me back up to this point without spending any money, just because they're giving us so many rubies. So thank you, developers. I'm going to be able to get Tanjiro and Nezuko, even though I just spent all my rubies on Emma. Hopefully they don't cost me 9 multis. I'm praying. But I, of course, will do these summons, maybe on stream, maybe on video. I don't know. Probably on stream. Probably on stream. As far as a unit goes, they look interesting. They look interesting. Again, we'll talk about them more when we talk about the batch review, because this video is already fucking too long. Yeah, really cool. This appears to be a mismatch of, like... What am I trying to say? This is a mashup of versions of their character from the fight against Rogi, I believe, or against the fight in in the Swordsmith village and the fight in the Red Light District. I guess I shouldn't go into too much detail because it's spoilers. The anime is not there yet. But yeah, it's a mix up between those two versions of the characters. I guess they could have just used anything, because these two fight together so many times. It's really cool. But technically, I think we've already kind of got this Tanjiro, except you will note something. I'm not going to say it, but people who know will notice it. This is a distinctly different version of Tanjiro than the one we had for a specific reason. But you will only know if you know. And we'll just move swiftly along. And we have Julius, limited gacha Julius from Black Clover. I guess a lot of people did say Julius would probably be added at some point, but I think some people were hoping he would be a Muso. He is that tier of character within the series. His fight against Licht is actually quite a good one, even though it's fairly short. It's only like 3 chapters long, not even 3 full chapters long. It's just the fact that his power is so fucking broken. But as Licht says, his only weakness is the fact that he is the Magic Emperor and he does care for the people, and that stops him from being too overpowered, I suppose. Really cool character though. Glad he's been added to the game. We're seeing some more Black Clover love. I think that is a result of the new producer. He did say he was a fan of Black Clover, and he was the reason that Yuno was chosen for the Feast of 1000. And since then, we've also had Yami, and now we've got Julius. Interesting that we've had so many limited characters when you could easily do some standard gacha Black Clover stuff, and I think people wouldn't care that much. Like, you know, we're still missing a lot of the Black Balls and some pretty obvious picks from the other characters that you'd probably make standard gacha. Characters like Mimosa. We still don't have Mimosa. There's loads of characters we're missing. So it's weird to me that we're getting so many limiteds, but it's fine. He's a cool character. He's totally deserving of being a limited. I do wonder if Black Clover were to get a Muso sometime long down the line, who would it even be? Like, I guess the series is still ongoing, so it might be a character we don't even know about yet. But no one jumps out to me right now. Yeah, he's cool. Cool character. I'm not going to summon for him, but he's a cool character. The 3rd anniversary new Heroes Gacha. Now this one, I actually like both of the characters on this banner. I like Kakashi, and because I was reading up quotes for this event to try and get the event names and stuff, I read a few of the chapters of Beelzebub, and I kind of got into it. Like, when I first read it, and I found this so much with Shonen Jump series, the first few chapters sometimes are just not that good, or like maybe they are okay, but unless you read on, it really doesn't suck you in. And it's when you get after those first few chapters and it really gets to the point where it sucks you in, you are locked in. And Beelzebub, I read the first few chapters, I weren't really vibing with it, I put it down, stopped reading it. But then for this event, I've jumped in a bit later in the story to pick up some quotes and stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is pretty good. This is pretty interesting. So now I like Aoi, and I want her, but I shouldn't be summoning. But you know what? For the video, because it is the anniversary, Because it is the anniversary. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? Let's do it. This is not a good idea, guys. This is not a good idea, but it's fine. It's fine. It's the anniversary. If you can't spend now, when can you? That's what I ask. So where is she? There we go. I would be fine with pulling Kakashi. I'm not going more than 3 multis. I like this version of Kakashi too. I think they're probably going to save a limited version for like, I don't know, like, what is it? Sasanu? We don't have that version of Kakashi yet, so probably that. Probably that. Let's go. Let's just go. These are both like quite good units. Quite cool units. And like I said, I'd be happy with pulling either. 5-star on the first multi. Not guaranteed, so let's go. Right at the end. Right at the end. The next one? Next one? Next one? Next one? Oh, okay. It's Vegeta, which is a dupe, but that's a recent dupe. That's a 2020 dupe, so we'll take that. Go for the second multi. We're not going more than 3. No matter what, we're not going more than 3. Another 5-star. We're lucky today. We're lucky today. We got the Saba, and now we got 2 unguaranteed 5-stars. Okay, I think it's the next one. I think it's the next one. Pain. Not really what I'm looking for. Another dupe, but that's fine. And then one last multi, and then we're not doing any more summons this video, guys. This is the last one. Oh, guaranteed 5-star. It's guaranteed. Who's it going to be? And it's Kakashi. I was really kind of hoping for Aoi more than Kakashi, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is, and that's the end of the summons. I think I saw a few people who wanted Aoi over Kakashi, and they got Kakashi. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day. I've done my summons. I've done my summons. Got some 5-stars. It's all good. So yeah, you can summon on this banner. It lasts for quite a while. It ends on the 28th, so plenty of time to get your summons in on this banner. No rush. And cool they're being added. It's cool they're being added. Doko is on a separate banner. And Doko is a very good unit. They've given him a very good skill set. And he boosts these like stamps, which obviously you need a lot of these stamps, so you'll want the boosters, and this banner includes all the boosters and Doko, who is a new unit, and he's a very good unit. So this is a very tantalizing banner. It's just unfortunate that it has come during a sea of banners that I want to summon on. I don't think I'm going to do it unless we get even more rubies coming our way, which maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's cool to see Doko added. It's a shame he's been downgraded from a limited. I think they've still given him a legitimately decent kit, so could be worse. Could be worse. Saint Seiya does get kind of shafted with the downgrades. I do kind of feel bad for the Saint Seiya fans. But at least that stuff is available on Tier 1 if you did want to go and play with it. So could be worse. It could be worse. Then we've got the defeat gacha. Realistically, no one should be pulling on these. No one should pull on these banners. Do not pull on these banners. Normally it's a bad idea, but during this anniversary, it's a particularly bad idea. But do not do it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. And then we have the sales packs, which this is just the first one, and the other ones are further down the post. But there's some good ones. There's some good ones. This one is only for the whales, so only summon on this if you feel like whaling. That's it. This is upcoming stuff. We don't necessarily have full confirmation on A, whether it will be added, and B, when it will be added, so bear that in mind. Sometimes these gacha just don't come out, so don't go expecting them, but they are in the file, so it may come. The popular tower supports gacha, a selection of very nice units. There's 2020 units in there, 2021 units in there. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. I still wouldn't recommend pulling on it, but some good units there for sure. You're really desperate, pull on that rather than pulling on. Just don't pull on these guys. Just don't pull on these. But yeah, you could, if you're desperate for one of these characters, I suppose you can. I suppose. And then the limited, which is Kurapika. Don't summon on this unless you really love Kurapika. Don't summon on this. There's just too many good gacha, too many good goodies being given away. You can't prioritize Kurapika during an event like this, surely. But if you are going to summon on something out of all of these bait banners, he's probably a better choice than the others. I will give you that. I will give you that. And then we have the Black Clover returning limited gacha. It's nice to see Yuno coming back so quickly. Could have thrown in Yami here. They could have thrown in Yami. But you know what? It's fine. If you like Black Clover, you might be tempted to summon on this. I guess it's not too bad. Too bad a gacha. But that's up to you. And then the ticket packs. This one gives you a guaranteed limited choice ticket and 2,050 rubies. This is going to be very tempting for a lot of people because you can see from the selection of characters there, it's probably going to be quite a nice selection ticket. I don't know if even once I see the characters announced, I don't know if anybody could tempt me to buy this pack because it's quite expensive. But maybe. Who am I missing that I really want? I can't think of any that jump out to me. I'm sure there are some. I feel like a lot of the limiters that I really want, I've like saved up for and I've summoned for. Oh, I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll take a look when the banner comes out. But this is a pack that doesn't come around that often. And if there's a specific limited you want that's on there, this is an opportunity to get them. But it's 10,000 yen, lads. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's like, what, like $90? Almost $100? And it's like, what, like £70? Something like that. It's not cheap. So don't just jump in. Only buy this if you're certain. If you're certain. This pack below, one of the best packs they do. You get 3 jewels, essentially. 30 jewel shards, 3 jewels, and 3,000 rubies for 2,940 yen, which is very cheap. It's over the course of 15 days, but, you know, that's fine. This event's quite long, so, I mean, we don't have a date when this is coming out, but when it comes out, just buy it straight away, and you'll be alright. I'm going to be buying this one for sure. That's a nice pack. It's a nice pack. This is just a standard jewels pack. I don't like these packs. If I was going to buy one, I'd buy the one that's 3,000 rubies and 3 jewels. I wouldn't buy this one. Because I'm more interested in the rubies than I am the jewels, although the jewels are good. Yeah, don't buy this. I don't recommend buying this. This pack is... Yeah, this pack's not good either. Don't buy this one either. don't buy this one either. Although... I think I've got this down wrong. I'm looking at this now. I think it says you get 3 of each jewel. If you do get 3 of each jewel, because you can see here it says 3, there it says 1. So I think you get 3 of each jewel plus 500 rubies plus 10 of each door. If that is the case, that's not bad. I still personally won't buy it, but that is a lot better value than this. Again, that's up to you. That's up to you. These are... I don't want to get people's hopes up because these packs are incredible, but I think at least these 4 on the left could be replacements for the old Start Dash packs. And if that is the case, then there is a chance that these will not be available to players who are not new to the game. I don't know if that's true. I don't know, like... I know nothing. Basically, I know nothing. But if that is the case, then it's a shame that we've got to see all of these and we're not going to be able to buy them. But if they do become available to everybody, there's some nice packs here. I mean, this one's probably the best one. But actually, out of all of these packs, the ones that interest me the most are the ones over here on the right. And these packs almost definitely will be available to everybody because it says 3rd anniversary on them. This one gives you 4 6-star characters with a pool updated to 2020 and 100 rubies for only 120 yen. That is cheap. That is cheap. That's like $1. That's less than $1, I think. That's really good. This pack down here, 2,940 yen. And you get a guaranteed limited. And it's obviously got a load of good ones on there. You can see Yoriichi there. You can see Hinata Kageyama there. And 500 rubies. Again, very good pack. These two packs, very, very good. Don't know when they're going to come out. But very, very good. These packs on the left, very good. Some of them are better than others. But I don't know if we're going to be able to buy them or not. So it might only be for new players. And I actually don't think those packs are as good anyway, so it's fine. And then the official roadmap for 2021, I've put Q1 there. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's 2021 up until the 3.5 anniversary. So the first little tease we got was up until like the end of March. It technically did show the start of April, but all it said was anniversary. In this case, we see May, June, July, August, September, and then the same as last time, it does say October, but it just says 3.5 anniversary. It doesn't say anything important there. And you can see there's a whole load of stuff teased here. A load of crazy stuff teased here. A Dragon Ball event confirmed. Obviously, this anniversary event ends the day before Gohan Day, and then you have Gohan, Goku, Goten Day all in a row. So we had a Dragon Ball event here last year. We've got it again this year. And it is the Majin Buu saga. Which is a bit weird because we've got loads of versions of Majin Buu already. And now we're going to get another one, I guess. I suppose we still don't have some of them. So you can still do it. You can definitely still do it. And there's still some of the heroes missing. I think most people are expecting we will either get either Ultimate Gohan as a limited, or maybe like the Spirit Bomb Goku. I know we technically have Spirit Bomb Goku already, but we don't have the one where he like uses the Spirit Bomb and then goes Super Saiyan and finishes it off, which is the one he uses against Kid Buu. We could get 2 limiteds. Who knows? But no Dragon Ball event, so that's cool. We Never Learn. Yes, finally, We Never Learn confirmed. It's been how long since this was announced? I'd lost hope. I had lost hope that it would be added, but no, it will be added, and it is coming in May, which is so soon. It's so soon. And while I'm excited, I don't know what they're really going to do for it. You can see here they mention an event where you can add a lot of heroines to your team. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be all of them? Are they going to add all of the girls from We Never Learn? Who's going to be Gacha? Who's going to be an event unit? I've got no clue, but I'm excited. I'm excited by the prospect. Bear in mind, Dragon Ball starts on the 7th of May. Assuming that lasts for 2 weeks, that would end on like the 21st. And then We Never Learn would take us like a week until... Wait, no, I've got my dates wrong. 7th of May. So 2 weeks. Yes, it would still be the 21st. And then like 10 days or so until the start of June. So We Never Learn might be a bit of a shorter event. Unless Dragon Ball's a short event, which seems unlikely. So I don't know what they're going to do there. And I don't know what they're going to do with the characters either, because it doesn't have that many characters who are like... I don't know. Like, other than the main girls, who would you add? I don't even know. Nariyuki, I suppose? Who else? Are you really going to add, like, the like, extraneous characters? The background characters? Not really. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But then again, it technically, and this is very important to note, throughout this entire post, it doesn't mention feature festivals. It only mentions it, I think, in this part here, where it says, like, a new event unique to Jumputi Heroes to follow Feature Festival sort of thing. So other than that, none of these mention Feature Festival. You would assume that Dragon Ball is just a Feature Festival because it's, you know, it specifically says Majin Buu Saga. But this one doesn't. So even though it's adding We Never Learn, it might not be exclusively a We Never Learn event. There might be other stuff there. But we have got a preview of 2 of the characters. Oh my god. It's been done so well. Look at the sprites. They look so good. So I'm excited. Best Girl still hasn't been made into a sprite, but I'm sure it'll come. So it's fine. But yeah, excited for that. And we're also going to be getting Genkai Battle Kai, which is, you know, new Genkai Battle, but like Kai means like revised. You've probably seen it a lot in anime, but Kai means like reworked, revised. I assume that just means harder. I assume it's just harder Genkai Battle. So what that will include, how difficult that will be, I mean, it's very hard for me to say for sure. But I'm excited for the next wave of Genkai battles. I've now beaten everybody except Frieza, and we don't really know. Here's the thing, right? So at the bottom here, they show us a lot of stuff, and seemingly it all correlates to stuff at the top. So this We Never Learn sprite probably corresponds to the We Never Learn event just above it. These Deku and Jin sprites probably correspond to the My Hero Academia World Trigger stuff above it. So, Genkai Battle Kai, I would have said Seto Kaiba would have been a very good choice for that. But he should have been here if that was the case. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just above it. It's Battle City arc, Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. But if you put Seto Kaiba right there, I would have gone, oh yeah, so Seto Kaiba's Genkai Battle Kai. But no, he's over here next to the thing that says about new tower limited character. So is Seto Kaiba going to replace Athena in the tower? I don't know. I guess Marek would work as a new character for that. Perhaps. There are a lot of questions unanswered there. There are a lot of questions unanswered. But we're going to be getting a new Genkai battle, so that's cool at least. Perhaps, I mean, it is entirely possible that it will tie in to a completely separate event. I mean, if you remember correctly, when Meruem was released with Netero, it was just added. It didn't have anything to do with the events that were currently going on. It's just like, guys, Merry Christmas. Here's Meruem. So, could just be completely unrelated to the other events going on. I don't know. But I want answers, and we're going to have them in a couple of months. So we'll see. But it does appear to be that stuff is like sort of color coded, and so the blue would suggest it's coming out during the summer months, and yes, it's coming out about the same. Like, look, it's right in line with Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm guessing it's coming out with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. They're also adding rankings to Super Dimensional Battle, but considering we haven't really played much of that yet, it doesn't mean anything to me. Also, a little bit confused because we're supposed to be getting Super Tower. It seems to be announcing here updates that are coming to Super Tower, but Super Tower is supposed to release during April, I think. I still haven't heard anything about that. So maybe they mentioned something on the stream and I missed it. I don't know. Maybe this is the new release date for Super Tower. I don't know. But yeah, we should be learning more about Super Tower at some point, I guess. At some point. And in June, we have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Event I mentioned before, the Battle City arc. Lots of potential for the Battle City arc, but I will point out we kind of already have some versions of characters from that. Joey is definitely the Battle City version already. And then Kaiba, I don't know, is Kaiba Battle City version? I feel like it is. Our original Kaiba was. But obviously we're getting another one with Obelisk. But again, is that even tied to this event? I don't know. He's all the way over there. And I mean, the obvious choice would be Marek. Maybe Duke Devlin? Maybe... I'm trying to think other characters that could be added as, like, maybe Gacha. We could get Mai. We could get... Oh, we still don't have Tristan. There's options. I mean, there are options. Events have been a little bit smaller recently, so it'd probably be like 8 to 9 characters rather than like 10 or 11. I'm just hoping it's not all version 2s. Like a couple of version 2s is obviously nice. But I do find with some of the series, they're like, every time something happens, it's like, oh, new version of the protagonist. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I get that the series is called Yu-Gi-Oh! So it'd be weird not to have a new version of Yugi. We're probably going to get the one with Slifer the Sky Dragon or Osiris or whatever you want to call it. But I'm hoping it's not like version 2 Yugi, version 2 Joey, version 2 Kaiba, version 2 Taya, whatever. Like, there's other characters in that arc, so I'm hoping they spice it up just a little bit. Followed by the Rurouni Kenshin event, which follows the Flashback and Jinshu arc. Flashback arc, as far as I can recall, is not really a thing. It's obviously heavily mentioned what happens in the past, multiple occasions. I think maybe it does have like a little flashback at the end of one of the arcs. In terms of who we would see added from that, I don't really know. There's a lot of like during the war version characters you could get. I don't know, like we've already got Hitokiri Batusai Kenshin, so you could get a flashback version of like Aoshi, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really remember enough about the flashbacks to tell you who they would choose from that. There is one character in particular I'd like to see. Probably wouldn't be playable, but like maybe as a legend summon, it would be a really dope legend summon. And that is Sagara Sozo, who was like Sanosuke's mentor. That would be awesome. Don't know if that's even remotely likely, but it would be cool. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect from that. As far as I can remember from the Jinshu arc, there's not that much to interest me there, and I think we've already got Aoshi from that arc, so I guess it'd be another new Kenshin, another new Osuke. I don't know. But exciting stuff, new content, exciting stuff. And we've also got tower updates coming in, probably in June. Adjust the number of battles per day, add times 4 speed function, and reset floor clear rewards. And it says ETC, so there might be other stuff. When this update drops, oh my god, what an update. What an update. Adjusting the number of battles per day, I don't know. Whether they're making it more or less, I don't think it really matters, because times 4 speed function. Oh, we needed that so badly. We needed that so badly. Like, look, in normal gameplay, that's probably overdoing it. But in Tower, I just want to get it done. I just want it finished every day. That's nice. That's nice. And then reset floor clear rewards. Again, nice. That's going to add rubies. Potentially we'll get some jewels from that. Originally, that gave us a new character. We got Terryman from that. I think the second time around we didn't. But oh, if they want to add a new character to that, I am fully down for that. I am fully down. That's going to be an interesting month. I'm quite happy because I don't think Kenshin's going to add anything that I desperately want to summon on. So that will be an opportunity to save. Potentially I would spend on Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of want to spend on We Never Learn. It's going to be hard to skip Dragon Ball if it's Ultimate Gohan, because he's my favourite. I even like that Spirit Bomb Goku as well. May is going to be difficult. May is going to be a difficult month. June, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the only one that's like, I must pull on. So, okay. July. Mystery event. The hint is 100. I think we all agree this is most likely going to be Series 100 being added to the game. My only problem with this is, I think we're already there. Like, not at 100, but like, I think if I'm not mistaken, assuming we count all of the JoJo parts separately, which is what I think they are doing, I think we're at 99 right now. I could be completely off on that. But you know what? I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to go and check. Okay, I went and checked, and we are currently at 99 series. Now, the issue with that, is, okay, the theme is 100, the hint is 100, so if they add series 100 during that event, that makes absolutely no fucking sense, because they have already announced We Never Learn, or May, which will be Series 100. So, the only way this makes sense to be Series 100, unless it's one of those things where it's like, we got the world record 100 unique series in one game or whatever, in which case, fair enough, that'll be, it won't matter when Series 100 is added, because it will just be celebrating that a little bit later, which could be the case. So the only other way, though, I can think of this working is if they count all the JoJo parts separately, and this event adds like a bunch of new series, which totally could happen. We are still missing a load of big series. We're missing Slam Dunk, we're missing Chainsaw Man, we're missing Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, they could do that. I don't want to get my hopes up that they will do that, because bro, if they had Chainsaw Man and Slam Dunk in the same event, I will have no fucking rubies. And I know so many people will go crazy if they had Jujutsu Kaisen. But it's a bit weird. Hint is 100. Seems like Series 100 is coming out here. For context, on the series list right now, if I click search all, count the distinct number of series in the game, it says 100 are there, and one of those is the crossover series that we've added specifically for the website to show Goku and Luffy separately from everything else. And that doesn't exist in game, and that's not its own series. So the full count of series is 99 on the website, and then number 100 will be We Never Learned. So it's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. So either We Never Learned is Series 100 and they're just celebrating it in July and it'll be part of an ensemble event or whatever, or they are adding like, how many new series, I guess? Because you've got to add one for Part 2 JoJo, Part 3, Part 4, and Part 5. So they may well be adding 4 new series in July. Who knows? Yeah, exciting stuff. And that's even if it is, you know, it says the hint is 100. That doesn't mean it is Series 100. It could be anything. But exciting times. And then One Piece event, The Worst Generation. I don't know what to expect from this. When it says The Worst Generation, like, does it literally mean they're going to add all those characters as playable? Because I really don't care about a lot of them. I guess Eustace Kid is cool. Killer's cool. We've already got Law. We've already got Luffy. Who else is there? Capone, I don't care. Urigi, I don't care. Jewelry Bonnie, I don't really care. Like, and if they're all gacha, like, who are they countering? I don't even know. But sure, whatever, sure. It'll be interesting to see what they're planning there. A One Piece event was kind of expected. One Piece Day is in July, so it's bound to happen. And then an event where fans can play the game with the host. They had an event like this before. That was more of like a live meetup thing, but I don't know how they can do that right now unless they're thinking that coronavirus is going to be done and dusted by then, which I don't think it is. So this might be like some kind of online thing or something where you get invited exclusively if you like apply or whatever. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what this is or how it's going to work, but cool, I guess. Cool, I guess. And then August, we have a mystery event, which is going to be another ensemble, and it's going to be something to do with summer traditions. When I googled what are the like #1 summer traditions in Japan, it mostly spoke about fireworks, festivals, going to the beach, and watermelon. I'm sure there's other stuff, but those are the things it mentioned. One of the traditions was splitting the watermelon. We've already had an event for splitting the watermelon. That was the Talovru Unity Battle that gave the special costumes for Lala. So, don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just a summer event. It would be kind of cool if we got like some really nice, interesting seasonal units again. I have a distinct feeling it'll just be like more traditional characters. Though, just saying, if they're adding We Never Learn, if they want to do, like we've mentioned it so many times before, the idea of the We Never Learn characters being part of like a festival event, like going to like we're doing the shooting gallery and the thing where you try and pick up the fish with the like little rice paper fishing net things, and Like all those little mini games, if you try and made that into an event and you added like Yukata versions of some of the characters from the series, and that'd be so good. It'd be so good. I don't know what to expect though, because I don't think the last summer event was particularly summery. I think they brought back some of the summer stuff, but I think they just did like new events. So I think they'll probably just do the same thing again. New series, new characters. And then Otokojuku. They've given us no context on which arc they're going to be covering, but I have a feeling that's because they're just going to pick and choose stuff from throughout the series. So I'm excited for this one. I am excited for Otokojuku, and I'm happy it's coming a little bit later. And the event that follows it is My Hero Academia and World Trigger. And while I do like both of those series, unless certain characters get added from those series, I'm not necessarily going to be compelled to summon. So I think I've got a good chance of being able to like save a little bit in September, because well, that's going to be great for me, because the anniversary 3.5 anniversary comes straight after that, and we have no idea what's coming for that, except that we know most likely there will be another Muso added during that event. As for the World Trigger My Hero Academia part, that's really interesting. It's going to be like a crossover event, but it seems to span the entire month. So you'll probably get like one... Would it even be one, or would it be two My Hero Academia Limiteds, two World Trigger Limiteds? I don't even know how they're going to do that. Because I guess typically when we get two feature festivals before an anniversary, they only get one limited each. So I suppose it would be two limiteds over the course of the month. One from My Hero Academia, one from World Trigger, and then some standard gacha from each, and then events from each, and it's just going to be like all together as one event. I don't know. There's been a lot of I don't know, but I genuinely don't know. Before that, in August, we have the Super Tower adjustments, which, as I mentioned before, still don't really know what's happening with Super Tower. That might come in the second part of the anniversary event, to be honest. And if it does, cool. I still don't really know what it is, but cool. And yeah, like I said before, new Tower Limited, similar to Athena, and they've specifically put Kaiba right next to that. So does that mean he's going to be coming from that? Does that mean he's going to be coming from Super Tower, which is the announcement above that? I just have no idea. And down here it says a type of event unique to Jumputi Heroes. Seemingly, that is just talking about this event, which is a mishmash. Why do I keep trying to say that word? I can't say it. It's a mix-up. It's a mash-up event between My Hero Academia and World Trigger. The developer mentioned before, the new producer mentioned before, that they wanted to do a certain type of event where they take two series that have a lot of similarities and they try and make one full event out of it, which would be an event unique to Jumputi Heroes. So taking the ideas of two worlds that are quite similar and putting them together. And I guess those two worlds are pretty similar. It's like, you know, a world where like they've got school kids, but they're also like actually start to get a little bit older. They become quite powerful, like sort of heroes sort of thing. Interesting. I don't know. It's interesting. But we'll see more about that later. You can see the little Deku and Jin down there. New versions of both of those characters. Jin, well overdue. Deku, I don't really care. We've already got enough of him. I don't really care. Do you want to give me a new Deku, the one they've made recently in the manga? Yes, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very nice roadmap. I'm very excited for We Never Learn content, and we've also got a little peek at what's coming in part 2. Sunny from Toriko, you can see him there, barely, and Rindo Kobayashi from Shokugeki no Soma, you can see her there, just barely. I dare say it will be similar to the second anniversary, where, well, I've said it here, 6 new characters, 3 from each series, 3 from Shokugeki no Soma and 3 from Toriko, with 1 standard gacha of each, and then it's like events for each. But I will point out, this is much longer than the second part of the 3rd anniversary, so there could be even more content. The only reason I say that those 2 might be the only standard gacha is because other than Brooke, who's sort of part of the logo for this event, all the other characters in this image, and also not including Lil, because she's just she's not part of the promotional materials. All of the characters here are the gacha that they've shown us. The limited Tanjiro, limited Julius, standard gachas for Kakashi, for Doko, for Aoi. So that suggested to me that Rindo would be standard gacha and Sunny would be standard gacha. And like, will we get a limited in part 2? Probably not, because I think Julius starts on the actually he starts on the 12th, you know. He starts on the 12th, you know. Maybe we do get a limited, because if he starts on the 12th, he finishes on the 28th. The 28th, you've got over a week after that before the next event starts. Yo, maybe we do get another limited. I don't know. Maybe we do. You've got to remember that Vegeta will be running throughout this period. But if they've got no one else coming for a full, like, week, we might well get another limited in the second half of the anniversary. But limit your expectations for what this will be. Like, maybe we get a limited, maybe we get 2 standard gacha, maybe we get a handful of event units. But, like, I think most people were sort of disappointed with how the second half of the second anniversary was handled. It felt like a few sort of, not dead weeks, but there wasn't too much content there. It wasn't too bad, but if you look at like the second half of the 2.5 anniversary, there was not a lot going on there. They didn't really add anything new there. So just temper your expectations just a little bit. This event for me, I think, I've got to be honest, I think it's pretty good. I think the selection of characters chosen is pretty good. Yes, we have visited a lot of the series that we have been visiting a lot. You know, Naruto, Black Clover, Kimetsu no Yaiba. We've been going back to that pool quite a lot. Dragon Ball, Vegito as a Muso is fine. I think everyone will agree that Vegito as a Muso and Buhon as a Catastrophe are perfectly fine. Good to see some new content for Beelzebub. Good to see some new content for Toriko and Shokugeki no Soma. Saint Seiya sadly sort of getting the shaft. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. And Brook is... well, it's good that he's finally here. I think it would have been cooler if he was standard gacha, but you can always add another version of Brook later, so it doesn't matter. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with how this event has started off. I'm pretty satisfied with the announcements we've got so far. I'm excited to see what part 2 includes. It's all pretty nice. Anyway, this video is so long, so the closing note for this is I'm going to be streaming when I get the opportunity, probably when... so what, the 1st of April is when they come out with Tanjiro and Nezuko? That's Thursday, bro. I've got a day off Thursday. So I will be streaming when Tanjiro and Nezuko come out. Hopefully you guys will be able to join me. I'll probably do that same time I normally do it, which is 4 PM GMT. So Thursday, 4 PM GMT, I will stream. I will pull for Tanjiro and Nezuko. And... I'll try and do some more videos. I've got a series of videos planned. I've recorded the first one. I'll try and edit it and get it up as soon as I can. And the idea is to start a new account, separate from my main account, and have that as something else I'm working on. Free to play, no money invested. And I'm kind of just going to see how much I could have made during this anniversary from Rubies, just from playing the game as a new player. And I'm also going to show people a lot of the basics, you know, how to install the game, how to play the game. Somehow I've got it working on emulator. I don't know how. And I'm going to show which emulator I used and, you know, just how to get through the tutorial, how to unlock parts of the game, just the basics. I figured that's a much better way of doing things than just making separate guide videos, because I tried making those and it just didn't work. It was very bland, and there was a lot of just me just sitting there waiting for the next part of the tutorial to happen so I could start talking again. And I think it's better to just release it as like a little series. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully you're going to see more of those videos popping up over the coming weeks, and I'm obviously going to do the batch review once I finish actually translating all the characters' skills. That'll be up soon enough as well. But that's it for this video. If you found this video useful and or interesting, and you know you appreciate the work we do on the website, on the database, please consider supporting us on Ko-fi. you can see the link in the description. That does help with the server fees, because obviously I'm paying for those myself out of my own pocket. But it's any help is much appreciated. Of course, any help is much appreciated. All donations go towards keeping the site open. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.